All right, we're keeping it simple but significant here with a 3-ingredient treat that you can make anytime. So kiwis can be pretty annoying to peel and get that skin off. So I like to use my peeler and do as long of strokes as possible over the curvature of the kiwi, just to ensure you keep the integrity of the shape of the kiwi itself. For me, this is much easier than a paring knife. Remember to always keep a clean working surface, so clean as you go. So now I'm just taking a tiny little cookie cutter. It has a little bit of a scalloped shape to it to imprint little kiwi pieces that's going to be used for the cream and fruit mixture. This is definitely a refined way to plate it. You know, doing things like this, the uniformity in shape and making more petite pieces of the kiwi is what gives it that whimsicality look and really elevates the plating aesthetic entirely. Another way to plate it is to square off the roundness of the kiwi to make a cube. This is interesting because kiwis are round, so you're changing the shape of its nature, but in a uniform way so it still looks refined. I have to admit, guys, I'm very anti-buying whipped cream in a can. I just think making fresh whipped cream with a little bit of wrist work tastes significantly better. And I actually like my whipped cream without any sugar. Normally you're putting whipped cream with things that are sweet already. So it just, to me, it's an overindulgence of sweetness. I really just want it for texture and not for added sweetness. So if you're willing to put the wrist work in, it's really worth it. Now for technique, can you see I'm using the edge of my bowl here? I'm really whisking as much air into it as possible without crushing it with the edge of my bowl, whipping it up the side and allowing it to fall back down, so I'm really getting surface area on it. Using a hot spoon to cut into that cream, I'm able to make 2 quenelles with it, and I'm just using my long-stemmed plating tweezers to now place the fruit delicately onto the dollops of the whipped cream. The reason this is such an elevated way to plate it is because of the uniformity of the shapes of the fruit and the petiteness of it. Also, the plate itself really is just gorgeous. This is a pasta plate really, but you can use it for everything, and it really just adds that natural, elevated, Michelin style touch to everything. So the pineapple are cut into little triangle pieces. The raspberries are sectioned off in half because the inside of a raspberry is so beautiful. I also cut the blueberries in half primarily because I don't want them rolling around. I still want the color, the shape, and the flavor, but blueberries are round, so they risk rolling all over the place, and if you cut them in half, then there is a flat surface, so they will stay put better. We also can't forget the most important element to a dish is texture, so I'm just adding a little bit of toasted oat granola for that crunch factor.